Hey everybody, welcome back to Glenn's Garage and the Turbo ZX project behind me there. Working on interior right now. We stripped out all the trim in the cargo area at the back. That was a good week or so, well, probably almost 2 weeks ago, I guess now. And you won't be able to tell that from the video, of course, but we've been waiting for a deep freeze to pass. It's been stupid cold out here. So there was little point in trying to work out here in the garage. Now finally it started to pass out west here. We're back to normal temps, I guess. We're fairly well above freezing now. It's foggy, it's damp, it's very Pacific Northwest out there. But we're comfortable in the garage. So what we're going to do today, we're going to start the refurbishment on all that plastic trim that came out of the car. All right, I have one of the trim pieces here. This is a spare tire cover, but they're all effectively the same. They've all got basically the same issues. Now, it might be that with this being a burgundy interior, so red scale, it might be a little worse for some of the fading that's gone on, but I suspect any of these cars that are, around 40 years old are going to have the same sort of thing. They've been out in the sun a lot and they've been used. People have lived with them, they were daily drivers, and they get scuffed and marked up. So the goal is to try and bring these back so they look a lot more like they did when they came out of the showroom. That's my goal. So here, I'll show you what I'm dealing with here. We'll bring the camera in and we'll show you what we're going to be working on. Okay, so I think you can probably see this with the camera. You can see all the fading and marks, all the sun fading that's gone on here. And then we have, the inevitable scuffs and scratches that have gone on with just being used and lived a life. So this is what we're going to try and repair. And all the parts to some degree or other have some degree of this on them. So we'll just show this one, but they're all going to be treated the same. So they've been cleaned. I've scrubbed them all with dish soap, Dawn dish soap. I figure if it's good enough for greasy ducks, it's good enough for my old 300 ZX. So they've been scrubbed with that first, so they're at least reasonably clean. And now I'm going to do a pre-treatment spray and wipe on them. Okay, so this is what I picked up. SEM plastic and leather prep. I haven't used this before. This is new. I've done this kind of restoration of the plastic bits before. Not as much as I've got in this car. There's a lot of plastic here that's got to be done. But anyway, I'm doing exactly the same process. They're going to get cleaned. They're going to get prepped. They're going to get sprayed with a burgundy that's already color matched to this. And then we're going to do a satin clear coat on them so they have that nice satiny sheen to them. They don't have the shiny look. And, all these marks hopefully are gone. So we're gonna start trying to just clean up some of these scratches and scuffs here. They leave little plastic burrs. So I'm gonna take just a little sandpaper and see if I can just, and probably a blade, and just try to remove those little scuff marks. Can't do anything about the indents. They are there, but any of the raised bits I can get off. So I'm gonna do that first. Okay, so what I'm doing is just taking a blade and just removing the little bits of upstanding plastic. And it's easy enough to feel them. Ow. Sharp knife. Everything else is more of a mark or an indent than a gouge, so we're ready to try this prep on here now. All right, so shake it for a minute, spray it on, wipe it off, it says. So let's give this a go. Put a white cloth here, so we'll see if any dirt comes off. It should be fairly clean, but Not yet. I don't know if you can see that. There's definitely dirt come off still even after all the scrubbing, so. And it's very flat. There's really no shine there at all anymore, so good. So I'm just going to finish doing this. Okay, so I have all the main plastic pieces prepped now. There's a bunch of small pieces I still have to do, but I just thought I'd show before I start making them look pretty, show what I'm dealing with on a bunch of them here. You can probably see with the light, the fading and those funny marks, of course, all those marks down there. Same on this one. You can see so faded and marked up these trims here. You can see, I don't know if you can see that there, it actually goes almost pink up the top here. The back panel, of course, scuffed up. Here's one of the quarter window trims. You can see how it's all just faded to pink. Same up here, it's almost white. It's faded away so badly. So that's all the stuff we're going to hopefully correct when we're finished here. Okay, so getting ready to start painting the trim pieces now. Now they're all cleaned and prepped, and what I've done is I've gone to the local auto body paint supply place, and they've scanned one of the pieces of the burgundy trim, and they pulled off color code for it. So I've mixed up a pint of that. Now, just to show you how crazy prices are right now, that was 90 some odd dollars Canadian, but 90 some odd dollars for that one little tin of paint. Now they tell me it's more money because it's got the red, it's a burgundy, so it's in the red shade, and those cost more. I got nothing on that, but anyway, so we're going to mix that up with the reducer here, and we're gonna shoot it on very light coat. I've done some digging on adhesion promoter to put on this, and what I looked at, the ones I went to see, they say on them it's not a TPO material, don't use it. Now, these parts are all done, you know, in the 80s, prior to having to actually mark the material on the piece. Like nowadays, you know, an automaker has to mark on the back there somewhere what material that is, so for recycling, end of life. They don't have to do that back in the 80s. So, but the research suggests that TPOs come in relatively recently as an interior trim material. I don't know. Someone might correct me, but I'm going under my digging that says that this is not a TPO, and therefore I wouldn't use, they said not to use the adhesion promoter on it. I'm going to try it. Hopefully it's going to still be, it's going to stick on there okay. Now, these aren't high use parts, so it's going to sit in the back, but anyway, we're going to get her ready there. We're going to start spraying some paint. All right, everything is painted now. It's all got the base coat on. It's drying beautifully. I love the color. It's such a perfect match. It's gonna look excellent. I'll take you over, I'll show you what these look like. Okay, so here's all the parts. Everything's painted now. Super pleased with how these have turned out. We've even done all the small little bits, the coat hangers, the tonneau hook, little knob for the little storage bin, or the rail, little fasteners here, everything, push clips, little push clips, everything's been done. I'll also just point out quick, when I spray parts like this, I put them up near the garage door and I just crack it open, I don't know, 18 inches or so, and I put a fan there. It's just a little old fan I have in the garage. And I turn that on so it's sucking air out of the garage and blowing it out under the door. And it really does work well to collect all the fumes and all the overspray and just get it out of the garage. I mean, it's no spray booth, not kid anybody here, but it does work quite well. And now it doesn't smell like I painted in here at all. So it seems to work, at least for me it does. Okay, so I have all the trim that I took out there and painted has now had a clear coat, or clear coats rather, applied to it. The satin clear, I'm really pleased how it's come up. I'll show you the one. This was a spare tire cover, which I think is the one I looked at before we started in some detail. So I'll show you now. You see all the fading is gone. The marks are effectively invisible. And it has a nice sheen on it, what I would sort of consider how it would have left the factory. Here's one of those quarter windows that were all very faded on the bottom and faded up on the top here as well. Oh, I'm very, very pleased with this result. It's come up really nice. Nice consistent color, consistent sheen. So, I would say that's job done. Just got to put it all back together now. All right, well, thank you so much for watching, everybody. I hope the videos may be giving you a few ideas if you're looking to refurb or tidy up your interior at all. Hopefully you can use something off of it. And as always, a like, a subscribe for the channel is always appreciated. Drive safe out there. Everybody, you have a great day, and I hope I see you back here in the garage. We're going to be carrying on with the interior and trying to put these parts back in there. See you later.